Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about the fourth Klesha, Devsha. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, so forgive me. But basically it means aversion. And as we talked about before in the other Kleshas, the Kleshas are 5 causes of suffering as written by Patanjali in the Yoga Sutras. So I wanted to explore this one, and I've been kind of sitting on it for a few days, really thinking about this one, because I'm not fully sure how to overcome this one myself. So it's turning away from aversions, things, persons, places, things, and beliefs that we're cut off from, that we cut ourselves off from because we're grossed out or we don't understand them or turned off by them. We have an aversion to them, like food aversions, for instance, would be a very minor one. And I wasn't exactly sure what to say here because it's kind of a tough nut to crack. It's not necessarily saying like if you don't like mushrooms then you should eat them, but maybe not hate them. And I watched a movie last night which really answered this question for me. So I'm going to share this with you. And I'm sorry if it's too loud. I thought I would try and film outside today. I would recommend watching this if you haven't. It's like Words on Bathroom Walls or something. I'll link the movie down below. And basically it's about this kid who suffers from not multiple personality disorder. It's about this boy who suffers from schizophrenia. And he's a really sweet boy. He loves to cook for his mom. Him and his mom have a really good relationship. And he has a schizophrenic attack in his science class at school. And he starts seeing these people that aren't actually there and hearing voices that are really scary to him. And so once he gets diagnosed and he has this attack at school, he gets bullied and outed, and he really feels left out and alone and like a freak and a loser, and nobody likes him, and he hates his own life, and it's really sad. And then he goes to this new school where he lies about his disorder, and he meets this girl that he really likes. So he starts taking this new clinical trial drug in order to try and suppress his schizophrenia so that he can be normal and people can accept him. And it just really highlights the journey from his perspective, how scary it is and how much it outcasts him to be this person who sees people who aren't there, who can't tell reality from this figment of his imagination. And it literally broke my heart to watch this journey. And one of the things he said to his therapist in the movie was that he noticed that when kids in his school had cancer, everyone was lining up to fundraise them, meeting all of their goals, meeting celebrities, doing everything on their bucket list. But when it came to children with schizophrenia, they couldn't wait to kick them out onto the streets because they didn't want to deal with them. And that's why there's so many mentally ill people that are homeless on the streets, because people didn't have the understanding or the patience to learn about them or accept them. And I think at the core of what this Klesha is talking about is about basically what happened in this movie. It's about trying to understand the things, the people, the beliefs that we are cut off to, that we don't understand, and that kind of make us feel uncomfortable. So when you see someone that's mentally ill on the streets and that's homeless, instead of judging them, instead of degrading them or turning away from them and being disgusted by them, it's about trying to understand them and their journey and where they are so that they can feel loved too, so that they can feel accepted. Princess Di did this with AIDS patients when it was socially unacceptable to even be near them or touch them. She was one of the first celebrities that went up and hugged them and shook their hand and treated them like human beings. when so many people would turn away from them like they were lepers. And I think in a lot of ways in our society, it's easy to go, oh, that person is a different political party than me. They're disgusting. I hate them. Instead of actually trying to understand why they would have that belief and what morals that they have that make them feel that that belief is true. Or turning away from people and the bad behavior that they have. Oh, that kid's so annoying. I hate them. Without understanding the circumstances that raised that child to be like that. What's happening in their home? What are they being taught by their parents? Are they getting abused sexually or mentally or physically? It's so much easier to turn away and hate people or things, places, without fully understanding them. So I really think that the root of overcoming this klesha, aversion to people, places, things, and belief, is to do some investigation, to talk to people, to research, to actually find out what is underlying this situation, having compassion for it, having compassion for people, so that we can move from a place of love and from unity instead of from separatism. And that's really ties in with all of the other kleshas. Unity consciousness, we are all one. We don't need to separate ourselves from other by making us above them, using the ego. We don't have to be attached to a certain belief system or a way of being. Attachment. We can look at the things we're averse to with an open mind and realize that we don't know everything and that there's so much more to a person and to a belief and to a thing than just your understanding of it and your lens that you look at it through. So I really recommend doing this work with things that you're averse to. I know I'm not going to say what political stance I have. I don't know that I even have one specifically, but I used to be really hardcore on one side, and I would even get into arguments with people about it, and it would get me pissed off. And this year I've been practicing looking at both sides, and I've really come to realize that no side is evil, and that there's validity in a lot of different beliefs, especially if you actually talk to someone and treat them like a human being and don't attack them and just ask them what their values are and why they believe a certain thing and what they want in this world. And you'll believe that a lot of people are coming from a good place. And that's just one example politically. But like I said in this movie, like I myself have been turned off by people in the past, especially people on the street, laughing at them because they're screaming at somebody that's not even there. And then to see this movie, it made me realize, wow, that's so sad, and I actually feel bad for them. And maybe they deserve more people that love and cherish them and try and understand them. And that's all I have for this video. I hope this video resonated with you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.